video, but it was buffering, so I had to stop and restart again. I'm going live right now just to update the channel. I think it's easier if I go live on YouTube to give updates and things like that. So here we go. Let's get right to it. If you notice from the last live, the frame was here and now it's there, back under the car. And so let me show you what was done and the reason why I had to go back under the car real quick. Try to make this quick. Sorry for the noise in the background. It's hot. I got the fan going, and I got tools and 2x4s and 4x4s, 2x4s. If you saw in the last live, well, the last live was cut short, so hopefully this one's not cut short. But let me just get right to it. This piece is from the original frame. I grafted that into the Crown Vic frame. It's a 20-inch piece from the rear, and it gave me this contour that fit along the bottom of the Galaxy because it's from the original frame, and I cut it to fit in there, grafted in. I opened up the back of the Crown Vic frame 6 inches at the top and on the inner side, left the bottom side so this could rest on there, and then eventually once I'm done, I put a mount here just to kind of size it up on the visual side, and it looks like it'll be fine. One of the little rubber mounts. So I'm thinking I'll be okay. There is this little gap, but the contour fits nice. If there is an issue there, before I take this frame all the way from under the car, I'm going to do some more measuring. I can adjust this piece up or back to the height that it's at right now currently. But you can see it lines up with the original bolt hole location, so that's cool. It's running straight along the back of the Galaxy, so that's spot on. So I'm happy with how this looks, how it turned out. Before I opened up the back of the frame on the Crown Vic, and then I just put a slit down each side at the same location and let the weight of the car give me the natural slope that I needed. And then, like I said, I cut this 20-inch section off the original frame, which was roached out, but this was salvageable. And then I cut about oh Lord, I gotta check my other videos. I'll try to update you guys, but I think it was like 18 or 16-inch section off. Oh, let me do this live for y'all. I have the section that I cut off, so I'm gonna measure that real quick. It wasn't even that long. So this is probably about like a 10 inch, 12 inch, 11 inch, something like that. This is from the Crown Vic. So, all right. So that's about 10 and a half inches or so. 10 and a half inches. This was on the Crown Vic frame. So I cut that off. And then, like I said, I opened up a 6-inch section on each side of the Crown Vic frame and left the bottom part connected. So that's cut the top and the inner side open so I can slide that 20-inch section of frame from the original frame on the car. So and then also while I was doing this, I don't know if you can tell, but here I'll go under the car so you can see. This is something that you're gonna have to do. So the original frames, Galaxy frames, are square at the back. The Crown Vic frame is not. So there's a box here that I built in. I don't know if you can tell, but I squared it off on the back. I'll do some more updates for you guys so you can see that part of it. Or I'll try to upload some pictures. That's what I'll do. I'll upload some pictures. That way you guys can see exactly what I did with this section right here. That's so that you can mount. You can have the rear section mounted. You know, you got those rubber mounts that you put in there. So that's for that. So I had to mark that off. So when I take the frame off, when I take the body off, I can drill those holes out and it'll be ready for when I'm ready to put it all back together. And it'll be sitting right. Um, let's see. Other things that I did that I wasn't able to finish up on the first live. You can see here, these are the front mounts that I had fabricated. Those are welded in. You'll have to do that. I don't know if you can see the hole. So that's ready. Added some width, 2 inches on each side, and then um, stretched it by 4 inches. All of that stuff is pretty much documented on the channel. But this is just to kind of catch you up, and it's alive on what I'm currently dealing with today. As of today, I put the body back on the frame and made sure that my measurements for the rear bumper bracket or bumper frame location is spot on. And now when I take the car off the frame, I'm going to weld that in, finish that off. I got some closing up to do back there on that. I'll show you guys when I do that. I'll update the channel on that, and then I'll be moving to some of the interior stuff. I have to clean this right there. Has a little issue that I need to clean up, and underneath the car, along both sides on of the trunk, there's an issue that needs to be closed up. Just a few little minor things that need to be done under the car. Then I'll get the undercoating it, take the dashboard out, and doing some interior rust protecting stuff. Now, as far as frame modifications go, the last thing that I'll be working on will be up front. I got to get the bumper so that I can line all of this stuff up. Um, I cut these front horns off. The orientation goes like this. I'm trying to do this live, so excuse me. So orientation wise, it goes like this. This is how you can see, right? But on the original frame, orientation wise, is actually like this. Now I thought I was gonna be able to be slick and just move it over like that, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do a custom solution for the bumper. I just have to get, well, it's the bumper, the radiator mount, and all that stuff. I just got to get the bumper so I could do all the test fit and stuff to make sure that what I'm doing is going to line up properly. And then, other than that, up front, there were some modifications that I did here. So I had to cut this. This is a 9-inch section and a 3-inch section or so. Um, that might have been on the first live that I did. So if you go back and check that, that might be on there. But again, I'm gonna keep on going over the build when I do lives, and eventually I'm gonna do a full video with all of the stuff. But if you're trying to do this real time right alongside me, or you've already been working on it and you kind of come in here for some tips or inspiration, or just to kind of see what you might try to do or might want to think about doing, or the the fender inner fender wheels or whatever. And then let's see. Of course, you can see right here that this is not going to link up. Now they do sell a solution for this, so I'm not too worried about it. So, you know, again, so far my channel was the only channel that has kind of been able to fully document this particular use for the Crown Vic frame. There was one guy out there, and he just showed on the frame. And when I did that, I quickly discovered that there were several things that needed to be done. I already knew that the frame needed to be stretched, but the width was an issue, and some other things that I just showed you. So, and then he had a hard top. So there's a little bit of difference in body stuff with the hard top. But other than that, wheelbase wise, if you do 4 inches on the length, you'll be good. Um, I wish I don't have time to put it up, but I do have some photos that I'll upload, like I said, either today or tomorrow, to kind of go along with this live right here. So, anyways, that's today's work. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to do as much of this live stuff that I can for the YouTube channel. If you go to the Instagram page, there are more updates consistent on there. It's just a little bit easier for me to post and do all the other stuff that I have going on. So, yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to wrap it up on this one. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. If you know better, do better. And if you ain't got a clue what you're doing, get some instructions and follow them. I went to ChatGPT. I called a few guys that I know. So, man, ain't nothing wrong with following instructions, man. Motors and Classics. It's your boy Cali P. Over and out. Thank you. Like,